Hey guys, welcome back to Southern Mud Pottery on the Homestead. And tonight we're going to be cooking up another Southern supper. This Southern supper is going to be some tenderized pork steaks, stewed squash, and peas and cornbread. Y'all stay tuned, and then at the end of the video I did some fall decorating, and I'm going to take y'all and show y'all how I decorated my living room for fall. Now these are peas that we grew in the garden this year. I have to take the bag. And we're just going to add some water, salt, and pepper to season. And we're going to bring these to a boil and let them cook on high for about 25 to 30 minutes. Okay, I'm going to cook this on a little above medium to get them boiling. I just salt and pepper mine. You salt and pepper yours to however you like yours. And I don't have any bacon to put in here, but let me go look in the freezer and see if I can find some sort of pork to put in here to give it some flavor. Okay, so I'm gonna add some onion. I don't always add onion to my peas when I cook them, but I am this time to give it some flavor. And because all I could find was a ham hock. I don't normally put ham hock in my peas, but I did today to get a little bit of that extra pork flavor in. And I'm just going to drop a handful of onion in there. Hey, Brody. Okay, for the stewed squash, I'm just going to cut these squash up. My mother-in-law gave me these. When they planted their pumpkins for fall, they planted squash, and so they had more new squash come up. I just cube mine. I'm going to throw them over there in my skillet. Now I'm going to cut up the rest of this onion. Or some of it. This is a pretty big onion, and we're not a big onion fan for like our vegetables, so I just cut up enough to give everything flavoring. All right, I'm going to get some water. And I'm going to add some bacon grease to mine, just a little bit. Just a little bit. All right, now cut it on medium. Our peas are starting to look like. All right, on our cornbread, I put me some oil. I'm out of the oil I usually use. I usually do vegetable oil or shortening or something like that, but I'm out of both. So I did olive oil, and I just do mine around in my pan to coat the edges of my pan so that it doesn't stick. And I've got my oven preheating to 400 degrees. I just poured that out on the counter. And then I'm going to put this in there and let it get hot. You want your oil to be hot before you pour your cornbread mixture in there. All right, we're going to go ahead and mix our cornbread. I don't usually go by a recipe per se, but this is half of a cup of flour. And I'm going to do a whole cup of cornmeal. I'm going to do 1 egg. And I got buttermilk. I'm just stirring this up real good. Now it's still a little thick, so I'm gonna add just a little water at the same. Now that I've added my water, just keep stirring it to get all those clumps out. And now we'll just wait until our skillet gets good and hot. My pan should be nice and hot. So let's go ahead and get our cornbread poured in. Yeah, it's got the sizzle. Brody likes the sticks, but I didn't want to fool with the sticks tonight because little pan's kind of aggravating to deal with. So he'll be fine with this. And you don't want to forget and grab this with your hand, you'll be burned. Cook this till it's golden brown. Alright, so now we're going to start our pork steaks. And I'm just going to season. I've got some flour put in here, just a little bit of flour put in a bowl. My little pork steaks have been marinating in Dale seasoning for a little bit. So I'm not going to put a lot of salt because that Dale's well, that Tony's got to me. The Dale's has enough salt in it that I don't need a lot of salt in here. So I'm just going to fluff my seasoning around in my flour. And I use olive oil right here. I just lightly coated, little coating of the olive oil in here because that's all I had tonight. Got to make a run to the grocery store. But I want y'all to be able to see what I'm doing. This is our little pork steaks that somebody gave us. And I'm excited about eating them and I appreciate them giving them to us. I was already a little hot, but we're gonna let that oil get a little more warm. Let's check our squash and give them a stir. They're cooking down. I'm going to cover them back up again because I want them to be a lot more tender than what they are. And then we'll, I may add a little more water and be a little more tender. And then I'll take this lid off and let the water cook out of them. It's going to be a little bit before we eat supper, but I wanted to go ahead and get everything done. Justin's still out there working. He had the blacksmith forge going, so I think my oil needs to come and get a little hotter. Okay, so let's try this again. We're just light lightly flouring this. Y'all, I'm gonna tell you, me and Justin have been, I say we are somewhat trying to diet. We're big sweet tea drinkers, and we've cut out our sweet tea. I haven't been doing sweet tea. We're doing water, and try not to cook a lot of breads. We haven't bought any bread except for like breading some sandwiches and stuff. And I am frying this in bread. I did make cornbread tonight, but this is the first night in a while that I have cooked cornbread. We just want to feel better. So, cutting back on the sweet tea will do wonders, I believe, personally. We're just gonna let those cook. All right, y'all, I think they're ready to flip. And let them cook on this side for a little bit. Let's check our squash. Squash are getting tender. I'm gonna leave the lid off of this now. Okay, I think our pork steaks are ready. So I'm gonna go ahead and just take them up. Leave these two right here, they were a little bigger. I'm gonna leave those to cook a little longer. Okay, so I'm gonna take my cornbread out. Ooh, that's hot. Come out beautiful. Bread. Yeah, all of this smells so good. Okay, y'all, this is our Southern supper. We've got our stewed squash, our peas, our pork steaks, and homemade cornbread. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We are about to eat supper. I hear Justin's coming in. So y'all have a great night, and we will see y'all in the next video. So I've got some of my stuff over here. Now, I went to a yard sale earlier in the summer and bought a plastic container full of fall leaves and stuff. So this is some of the leaves, and this probably is going on the mantle. I'm not sure if all of it will go up there because I've got a good bit of it over here. I know there's 1, 2, 3 of these strands right here of this. So that's probably going to go on my mantle. I'm going to lay that here. And this is different. So I'm not sure where I'm going to put that in the kitchen. And then this has lights. But I don't think the lights worked. It had little fall orange lights on it. Let me plug it in, but I don't think it worked. That strand did not work. So we can, I'll have to cut those off. So we might not fool with that today. Let's see. Okay, this one works. So this strand worked. The lights on it worked. I'm not sure where I want to put this. I may put this on this table over here. On my, I may put this on this table right here. So we'll lay that there. And then there was some, I don't usually do Halloween stuff, but there was some ghost lights and different things. I don't know if I'm going to use all that stuff. We'll see what we're going to do with that. And then in that box that I bought, there was some ribbon, and I've got some wreaths that I need to touch up. So I'll do that with that. But let's get the mantle started.